Welcome back to my channel. Today, we will learn about the latest explosive issue in CBS's The Bold and the Beautiful, diving deeply into one of the most pivotal storylines to shake Forrester creations in recent memory. The House of Forrester's highly anticipated fashion show was a resounding success, dazzling audiences and critics alike. The designs were innovative, the models were captivating, and the energy was electric. Yet, amidst all the glamour, the real headline came not from the stunning new fashion line, but from a surprising and unscripted moment that no one, except perhaps Brooke, saw coming. The highlight of the event, for better or worse, was undeniably the wedding dress worn by Brooke Logan. A shimmering masterpiece of fabric and design, the gown commanded the runway and stole the spotlight. Spectators gasped, cameras flashed, and the fashion world buzzed. But behind the scenes, chaos was brewing. This spectacular wedding dress moment was not part of the official script. It had not been vetted, approved, or even discussed with the event's planners, namely Steffi Forrester, who had meticulously orchestrated every detail of the show. Steffi was furious. She saw Brooke's unauthorized move as a blatant act of disrespect and a calculated disruption. In Steffi's eyes, this wasn't just a matter of creativity gone rogue, it was an intentional and dangerous ploy. Brooke's decision to don a wedding dress, a symbol so heavily laden with personal history between herself and Ridge, was, to Steffi, a clear attempt to manipulate Ridge's emotions. Ridge, Steffi's father, had long been entwined with Brooke in a tumultuous and passionate relationship filled with betrayals, reconciliations, and heartbreaks. Steffi had spent years watching the damage Brooke could cause, both to Ridge and to the family as a whole. Seeing Brooke take center stage in a wedding dress triggered alarms. It wasn't just unprofessional, it was a threat to the stability Steffi had fought to establish at Forrester Creations. She believed that allowing Brooke to remain within the company, with such close proximity to Ridge, would only invite more personal drama into their professional lives, drama that could derail everything they had built. Steffi decided Brooke had to go. She resolved to terminate Brooke's employment at Forrester Creations. It was a bold move, one that would inevitably ruffle feathers, but Steffi was unwavering. Protecting the company, protecting her family, and protecting Ridge were her priorities. She believed she had no choice. When Steffi informed Ridge of her decision, he did not oppose her. Ridge understood better than anyone how easily old feelings for Brooke could resurface under the right circumstances. The memory of their shared history, their intense love story, was never far from the surface. Ridge's agreement with Steffi was tinged with reluctance, but it was genuine. He knew he had to support Steffi's leadership and, perhaps, protect himself from getting entangled with Brooke yet again. But not everyone agreed with Steffi's approach. Eric Forrester, the family patriarch and the majority shareholder of Forrester Creations, viewed the situation differently. Eric saw Brooke's decision to wear the wedding dress not as a betrayal, but as a bold, spontaneous move that had electrified the event. More importantly, Eric took personal responsibility for the idea. He had encouraged Brooke to do something memorable, something that would leave the audience talking. In Eric's mind, Brooke had simply delivered on that request. Eric believed that firing Brooke would be a grave injustice. It wasn't just about fairness, it was about loyalty. Brooke had been part of the Forrester family, and Forrester Creations, for decades. She had weathered countless storms with them, contributed to their successes, and remained loyal even when others turned away. Eric was not willing to cast her aside so easily. Despite Eric's protests and acknowledgement of his role in the incident, Steffi remained resolute. Her decision was made, and she had no intention of backing down. In her mind, loyalty to the company and to her family's future demanded that she remove any destabilizing influences, even if that meant going against Eric. Faced with Steffi's unwavering stance, Eric took a drastic step. He called for a board meeting, invoking his authority as the largest shareholder to challenge Steffi's leadership. Eric's move was a declaration of war within the Forrester family. He was prepared to use his power to protect Brooke and to reassert his vision for the company's direction. The announcement of the board meeting sent shockwaves through Forrester Creations. Employees whispered in hallways, alliances were quietly formed, and the tension was palpable. Everyone knew that the outcome of this meeting could change the company's future forever. Would Steffi be forced to back down? Could Eric leverage his influence to oust Steffi and install new leadership more aligned with his views? As the board meeting approached, the divisions within the family deepened. Allies on both sides prepared their arguments, knowing that emotions would run high and that the stakes were enormous. Brooke, caught in the center of the storm, found herself once again a polarizing figure. To some, she was a visionary who had seized a moment and elevated the fashion show to legendary status. To others, she was a dangerous disruptor, willing to use personal relationships to gain power and influence. Meanwhile, Ridge found himself torn between his loyalty to Steffi and his lingering feelings for Brooke. His support for Steffi was steadfast, but the emotional undercurrents were undeniable. Ridge's inner conflict mirrored the larger battle playing out around him, a battle between the past and the future, between emotion and strategy, between personal loyalty and professional duty. Forrester Creations stood at a crossroads. Would the company remain under Steffi's firm, pragmatic leadership, focused on stability and growth? Or would Eric's intervention lead to a return to a more traditional, emotion-driven approach that honored the bonds of family and history, even at the risk of upheaval? The boardroom showdown was inevitable. As the family gathered, the tension was thick enough to cut with a knife. Accusations flew, defenses were mounted, and the legacy of Forrester Creations hung in the balance. Every member of the board had to consider not just the future of the company, but their own loyalties, ambitions, and fears. What began as a simple fashion show had spiraled into a full-blown power struggle, exposing deep rifts within the Forrester family. And at the heart of it all was Brooke Logan, once again proving that wherever she went, drama was sure to follow. Next, we're diving deep into the whirlwind of drama and heartbreak with the bold and the beautiful weekly spoilers for April 28 to May 2, 2025. Prepare yourselves for an emotional roller coaster as Ridge Forrester finds himself caught in a storm of conflicting loyalties, Liam Spencer embarks on a mysterious new chapter, and hidden agendas threaten to tear relationships apart. With secrets simmering beneath the surface and shocking revelations on the horizon, this week promises to keep fans on the edge of their seats. Let's unpack all the juicy details, explore the intricate dynamics at play, and speculate on what these twists mean for our beloved characters in the glamorous world of Forrester Creations. Ridge's Dilemma, a runway revelation sparks chaos. The week kicks off with a jaw-dropping showdown at Forrester Creations, where a stunning showstopper gown takes center stage not just for its breathtaking design, but for the scandal it ignites. The gown, a masterpiece of intricate lace and shimmering embellishments, was originally crafted as a symbol of love for Brooke Logan, a fact that sends shockwaves through the fashion house. Whispers circulate that this very piece may have been intended for a grand wedding moment between Ridge and Brooke before their heartbreaking split. The revelation stuns Steffi Forrester and Taylor Hayes, who are livid at what they perceive as a calculated move by Brooke to reclaim Ridge's heart. Their outrage fills the air with tension, as Steffi accuses Brooke of orchestrating a public spectacle to undermine Taylor's place in Ridge's life. Taylor, meanwhile, struggles to mask her hurt, questioning whether Ridge's lingering feelings for Brooke will ever truly fade. As emotions boil over, Ridge uncovers a startling truth: The decision to have Brooke model the gown wasn't her doing but a bold maneuver by none other than his father, Eric Forrester. In a heated confrontation in Eric's opulent office, Ridge demands answers. Eric, ever the patriarch with a vision for his family's happiness, admits he orchestrated the moment to remind Ridge of the passion and history he shares with Brooke. With a glimmer of mischief in his eye, Eric urges Ridge to reconsider his commitment to Taylor and follow his heart back to Brooke. Ridge, torn between duty and desire, grapples with his sense of obligation to Taylor, who has stood by him through thick and thin. Yet, Brooke refuses to step aside, whispering to Ridge in a quiet moment backstage that their love story is far from over. She vows to fight for him, her voice laced with determination, leaving Ridge wrestling with a decision that could alter the course of multiple lives. Brooke's resolve and Hope's reluctant support. Brooke, undeterred by the backlash from Steffi and Taylor, turns to her daughter Hope Logan for solace and strength. In a heartfelt conversation over coffee at the Cozy Il Giardino, Brooke confides that she believes Ridge is her ultimate destiny, a soulmate connection that transcends every obstacle they've faced. She recalls their tumultuous yet passionate history, from stolen moments in exotic locales to the countless times they've rebuilt their love from the ashes of betrayal. Hope, though weary of the endless cycle of heartbreak, can't help but be moved by her mother's unwavering conviction. With a heavy sigh, she agrees to stand by Brooke once more, promising to support her through this latest chapter, even as doubts linger in her mind about whether this pursuit will end in joy or sorrow. Hope's loyalty to her mother is tested, but her love for Brooke shines through, even as she privately wonders if Taylor might be the better match for Ridge's stability. Liam's mysterious new life and hidden pain. Meanwhile, Hope faces her own wave of confusion as she stumbles upon unsettling news about Liam Spencer. Word reaches her through whispered gossip at Forrester Creations that Liam has made a drastic change in his living situation, moving into a secluded loft on the outskirts of Los Angeles. When Hope confronts him, seeking clarity about why he's distanced himself, Liam dodges her questions with vague excuses about needing a fresh start. His evasive demeanor only deepens Hope's concern, especially when she notices the faint shadows under his eyes and the weight he seems to carry in his posture. Unbeknownst to her, Liam is harboring a devastating secret. He's battling a life-threatening illness, a truth he's chosen to shield from those he loves to spare them pain. Instead of unburdening himself, Liam shifts the focus, gently advising Hope to give Carter Walton a chance to explain himself after recent misunderstandings. In a tender moment, Liam's voice softens as he tells Hope that Carter's heart is in the right place and that she deserves happiness, a poignant statement given the silent struggle he faces alone. Carter's tangled web and a surprise kiss. The drama surrounding Hope intensifies with the arrival of Daphne Rose, a cunning newcomer with a hidden agenda. Following a high-stakes fashion show where tensions are already running high, Daphne seizes a moment of vulnerability to pull Carter into a passionate, unexpected kiss. The bold move, witnessed by a stunned crowd lingering near the runway, sets tongues wagging and threatens to upend Hope's fragile trust in Carter. Daphne's motives remain shrouded in mystery, but her flirtatious glances and calculated charm suggest she's playing a dangerous game. Could she be a pawn in Steffi's ongoing vendetta against Hope, or does she have her own reasons for stirring the pot? As speculation mounts, Katie Logan steps into the fray like a protective lioness. Having spotted the illicit kiss from across the room, Katie corners Daphne with a steely glare, warning her to steer clear of Hope. Katie's instincts tell her that Daphne is trouble, and she's determined to shield her niece from any schemes that could shatter Hope's heart. With her signature blend of warmth and ferocity, Katie vows to uncover Daphne's true intentions, setting the stage for a showdown that could expose long-buried secrets. The ripple effects of secrets and loyalties. As the week unfolds, the interconnected lives at Forrester Creations become a tapestry of longing, deception, and unspoken truths. Ridge's indecision casts a shadow over his relationships with both Brooke and Taylor, leaving Steffi and Hope caught in the crossfire of their parents' unresolved passions. Liam's hidden illness adds a layer of tragic irony to his concern for Hope's happiness, while Carter finds himself at the center of a brewing storm between Hope, Daphne, and Katie's watchful eye. Each character navigates their personal battles, from Brooke's relentless pursuit of love to Eric's meddling with the best of intentions, creating a web of drama that promises more twists in the weeks to come. The fashion world of the bold and the beautiful mirrors the chaos of the heart, where every stitch, every design, and every choice carries the weight of legacy and longing. In wrapping up this week's spoilers, it's clear that April 28th to May 2nd, 2025, will be a pivotal moment for our favorite characters. Will Ridge find the courage to follow his heart, or will duty bind him to a path of regret? Can Hope uncover Liam's hidden pain before it's too late, and will Carter prove himself worthy of her forgiveness amidst Daphne's interference? Stay tuned to the BMB Spoilers channel as we continue to follow every shocking turn, every whispered secret, and every passionate encounter in the dazzling, drama-filled world of the bold and the beautiful. Next, we're diving into the tantalizing twists and emotional turns of the bold and the beautiful for the week of April 28th to May 2nd, 2025. Get ready for a captivating journey through the halls of Forrester Creations, where love, loyalty, and hidden motives collide in spectacular fashion. From Ridge Forrester's heart-wrenching indecision about Brooke Logan to Carter Walton's desperate plea for Hope Logan's affection, and the shadowy intentions of newcomer Daphne Rose, this week is packed with drama that will leave fans breathless. We'll explore every nuanced moment, introduce fresh perspectives, and delve into the intricate relationships that define this iconic soap. So, grab a seat and let's unravel the passion and intrigue that await in the glamorous yet turbulent world of the bold and the beautiful. Brooke and Ridge, a runway reunion ignites old flames. The week begins with a seismic event at Forrester Creations as Brooke Logan's showstopper moment during the grand fashion show sends ripples through the fashion world and beyond. Draped in a gown of ethereal silver chiffon, Brooke commands the runway, her every step a silent declaration of her unresolved feelings for Ridge Forrester. As the show culminates in a breathtaking finale with Brooke and Ridge striding side by side, the electricity between them is undeniable. The crowd erupts in applause, mesmerized by their magnetic chemistry, while in the shadows of the main office afterward, the two circle each other like wary dancers in a timeless waltz. Brooke's eyes search Ridge's for a flicker of the passion they once shared, wondering if her bold move has rekindled something long dormant. Has her heart's gamble paid off, or will Ridge remain an unreachable dream? Meanwhile, Brooke finds steadfast allies in her quest to reclaim Ridge's heart. Her daughter, Hope Logan, sits with her in the quiet of their family estate, surrounded by memories of happier times. With a supportive yet cautious tone, Hope affirms, "If you truly believe Ridge is where your happiness lies, then I'm behind you, Mom. I want to see you smile again." Brooke's response is laced with unwavering conviction as she murmurs, "He's always been my destiny, Hope. Always." Adding to her chorus of encouragement is Eric Forrester, Ridge's father and the family's wise patriarch. Even before the fashion show's dazzling lights illuminated the runway, Eric had been nudging Ridge to reconsider his past with Brooke. In a private moment in his atelier, surrounded by sketches of designs past and present, Eric recalls the countless times Brooke and Ridge have overcome adversity, imploring his son to see the truth in their shared history. But Ridge, ever the conflicted soul, stands firm, his jaw set as he insists, "I've made a commitment to someone else, Dad. I can't just walk away." His words hang heavy, a shield against the pull of his heart. Opposition and unseen sparks, Taylor and Steffi react. The undeniable connection between Brooke and Ridge on the runway doesn't go unnoticed by those who stand to lose the most. Taylor Hayes, Ridge's current partner, watches from the sidelines with a tightening in her chest, her composure masking a storm of insecurity. She remembers the years of devotion she's poured into Ridge, wondering if they can withstand this latest test. Steffi Forrester, ever protective of her mother, fumes silently at Brooke's audacity, viewing the runway moment as a brazen attempt to upstage Taylor. In a heated exchange in the design room, Steffi vents to a close confidant, "Brooke knows exactly what she's doing. She's playing on Dad's emotions, and I won't let her tear our family apart again." Yet, even they can't ignore the palpable spark that lit up the stage when Brooke and Ridge stood together, a reminder of a love story that refuses to be fully written off. The tension simmers as Taylor and Steffi brace for what might come next, their resolve tested by the undeniable allure of a past romance. Carter's heart on the line, a plea to hope. On another emotional front, Carter Walton finds himself at a crossroads with Hope Logan, grappling with feelings that refuse to be silenced. In a quiet corner of Forrester Creations, amidst racks of vibrant fabrics and the hum of creative energy, Carter pours his heart out. His voice is earnest, almost pleading, as he asks Hope to confess if she feels the same depth of longing that consumes him. "Tell me there's a future for us, Hope. I need to know if you see what I see when I look at you," he says, his eyes searching hers for any sign of reciprocation. Hope, however, is torn, her heart a battlefield of past loves and present uncertainties. The lingering shadow of Liam Spencer's recent struggles looms large. Whispers of a grave diagnosis have reached her ears through hushed conversations, though the full truth remains hidden. Will her unresolved feelings for Liam pull her back into a familiar orbit, or can Carter's sincerity carve a new path for her wounded heart? The stakes are high as Hope weighs her desires against the echoes of her history. Daphne's intrigue and Katie's protective instincts. Complicating matters further is the enigmatic Daphne Rose, whose presence in Los Angeles stirs suspicion and unease. Daphne has made no effort to conceal her interest in Carter, her flirtations bold and unapologetic as she lingers near him during post-show celebrations.